future, please ask me. So, Flock.io, we are a model training platform. I'm going to be quick on the gatekeeper of this issue. So we are the model training platform for decentralized AI. A lot of cliches here. So this is actually a part of the old slides. So AI is currently dominant by two camps, like Google and Microsoft. But we also have a wonderful open source LLM providers like Qwen, like Llama. So, but the big tech captures most of the AI creates. So they control how AI train, how how AI engineers are compensated. For example, if you work in Palo Alto, in Google, and you basically get your salaries, but not the contribution from the model. So also the big tech assigns the biases model output. Although after Trump there's not much DEI, but still they are biased on a lot of the Western viewpoints. So this is our solution for basically what we do. The Flock is the acronym for Federal Learning on Blockchain. So we introduced the POS-based AI training. So it's Joe is also a very big validator on our site. So thank you, Joe. And we train training participants are required to stage, train, or validate models just to prevent a malicious act on the traditional Federal learning. And rewarded slash based on consensus among participants. But basically, there's a different consensus among loss functions. The validators will judge the model, the performance based on their consensus of loss functions. And we have system security without any central oversight. Malicious acts are punished and barred from the participation. So it's the critical part for traditional Federal learning that cannot be scaled is that there is a supervising node that are still it's technologically viable to see through the training, the base training nodes, just to prevent malicious acts and also to distribute base models. So we use blockchain technology to basically substitute all that. And there is a economic disincentivized mechanism in it. So it's when validators, basically they see there's a malicious act, the stake token will be slashed. So just basically increase your burden to behaving maliciously. And very expensive, just another blockchain stuff. So when they successfully train a model, when the model is adopted, they're gonna have incentive into it. I'm just gonna brag about our team. So we're a part of we're a lot of Oxford alumni. Also so Miha was one of the comments in the UK. We're backed by BCG Syrian Foundation. A lot of academic publications, NERICS. Also privileged to present in front of the Royal Society. We're also in front of the World Wide Web conference in Australia. Ecosystem. So the biggest news, currently, we were integrated by Qwen, so they use our platform to train their SLMs and domain-specific LLMs. Yes, so this is our product offerings. We have AI Arena, FL Alliance, and Moonbase. So AI Arena is the model, it's like Kafka. So people compete, with their base models. And with FL Alliance is basically a place that after the competition of the base model, we choose the best, and we do Federal learning on top of it. And AI Moonbase is just an acronym for model marketplace, and so basically people can purchase and use the models to build better applications and agents. trained a lot actually. So we have trained agents for example, EMB Chain, Aptos, coding copilots, and DePain, Cache, Hyperbolic, and others. So let's talk about like Web2 use cases. So we started from traditional AI. We focus 90% of our business on traditionals. So healthcare, we started with UCL Hospital with their glucose monitoring prediction models, and then we expanded our business to Moonfields eye hospitals with their eye diseases infections, and also a lot of domain-specific like brain surgery, AI assistant diagnosis, and other like baby we just launched, just like we predict like infants, what they're gonna look like in the future. And this is also collaborated with UCL hospitals, and one of the UCL professors sponsored the project. We also did a lot of like the finance. We are also doing a collaborating, cannot be disclosed, but we are collaborating with one of the two, like the biggest clearinghouse, with their KYC, KYB, and financing. Basically facilitating your transactions without very burdensome KYC processes, so that's going to be AI assisted. And so this is a little shady, but you will see another slide for it. So this is Hong Kong Guy, Hong Kong Generative AI Institution. This is a provider for Hong Kong government for their AI models. So we're collaborating with them to, actually going to be in July. We're going to present the first Hong Kong government efficiency model. So basically, we're going to draft, so the model itself and the application underneath, basically, going to draft the government reports and, just make the government employees' life easier. And QN, last but not least, so QN use our training platforms to build their models, and also we initiate co-research, activity with them to, what they call it, advancing vector learning, but this is blocked, so we call it distributed or decentralized vector learning. All right. So this is the workflow for staking flock to train and earn. So over here is the arena, this is Joe is currently doing. We have training nodes and validators. Training nodes are basic training models, and validators are using weighting their loss functions. And also we have datagators here. Just to, there's going to be another slide to introduce that as well. So FL line is vector learning composer, vector validators. So this is going to be more about to business customers. And we have moon-based model consumption over there. So after finishing the training of the model, the model is going to be used by applications. We have a lot of models that are already used. For example, Animoca, the Animoca brands, they use that for ANI.xyz, the first AI-powered application for VC research. And it will have the revenue redistributed to the model trainers, validators, and delegators, because basically they own the models, and they train the model and they own the model, so they ought to have a rapture from the application powered by the model. And this is the data as of early May this year. So we have to stake 44.54%. And average yield of training nodes and validators are here. This is monthly yields, not annual. And we have delegator yields. That is annual yield, APY. Okay, a lot of other numbers, not important. So this is what we, the moon base with the model training platform. And as you can see, that's the mean token, actually the AI agent token, we powered AI on-top brands. Historically, all-time high went to 90 million, but the market crashed. dropped previously. So the model itself actually uses the K-any model we powered, and it can, and by the way, Animoca Brands is a VC, and the model we built, and also the application we built with them is that, so you can upload your deck, upload your white paper, upload your everything to the platform, and it will tell you a score, like pros and cons, what's the probability you will be invested by Animoca Brands, and what kind of improvements you can make. So yeah, and for basically projects for higher, for example, higher than 80, the project itself was roughly goes to investment committee for Animoca Brands. So this is what this model will do. GM Flock, we're gonna launch the GM Flock by the end of this month. It's a pretty significant improvement in tokenomics and upgrade. And so basically you have to stake your flock to convert into a Soban token called GM Flock. The intuition behind is to incentivize long-term holders, long-term stakers, and participants. So basically, when you stake flock token for more than a month, for any more day you stake, you'll have 0.006 more staking power. So as you can see from the mathematics perspective, you will gain a lot of momentum for long stakers. Yeah, we also launched a BitTensor 796, actually powered and supported by Yuma, a DCG subsidiary. The subnet is called Flock. So basically, subnet is, we envision BitTensor as a research-focused model training platform, and we are an application-focused model training platform. So they are helping us with improvements of the FL Alliance mechanism. So basically, they're picking the right amount of data from a large number of data to solve the graduate learning, data efficiency improvements. A lot of use cases. You can go to your sushi, Hong Kong guy, like I've said. They're using our models and also using our platform for decentralized graduate learning to solve the intergovernment department, the data privacy problem, and also better train your models. And the questions they're trying to solve is, before the end of each financial year, the departments do not want to disclose your financial numbers to each other. The reason is obvious, and a lot of confidential data is here. So they use the decentralized. They use our decentralized graduate learning platform to build their models, and they can use it without exposing your data. QN, like I said, just like what I said, I already covered everything in QN. Hospitals, it's for glucose monitoring pads, for eye disease, for other domain specific, like the brain surgery stuff. We already have NHS, like the UCL hospital, Montville's, also one hospital in China, Ohio University, and Baby 40 also from UCL. And this is Baby 40 I mentioned before, the application itself is doing infant parasite forecast. It can forecast your appearance within 80 years. And this is required science. Like I said, similar partnerships, Plot, Yuma, Morphus, Ritual, and also a lot of other traditional investment banking and commercial banks. And you can go to usage. Thank you. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Please.
Where are your models hosted? How do you respond with, it trains models, but where are they hosted and how do you track usage?
Yeah, so like if the model want to be used, for example, unmookup brands, then the unmookup brands can hold the model. But before that is Hugging Face, AWS, and other stuff.
So how do you get revenue for usage of the model back to the users?
Oh, this is actually the Moon-based system. So it's a smart contract, and if you use the model, so basically the model and the application, there's a huge gap, right? You have to use them, you have to build inferences that have to be that and that, so we have to provide tech support. And we know like who are actually using the models to build the applications. And for Web 2, so we request them to have a rev share, for example. We usually charge like 20% of the revenue generated by the application, by the agents. Then the fiat currency we're going to convert back to block and basically distribute to the participant of the task. And for Web 3, it's much simpler. Like AI Monica brands, like basically they distributed tokens to us on Moonbase, and we're gonna redistribute it to the participants.
Oh, that's fine. Do you have a sense of like how much the most active validators get paid in fiat terms? And
Maybe Joe can answer that question.
or like, where are most of these validators? Are they all over the world, or are they all concentrated?
Yeah, they're all over the world. I mean,
I can answer that. So it depends on what you're working on that day. So it's like every 24 hours they have like a count. So for example, if you I'm a validator, so if there's work to do on that day, like a lot of work to do to have to validate our models, then the yield is higher on that day. It depends on how much you stake. So for example, it could be like 1% to 0.5% yield of what you stake to your node on that day. But towards the end of the task, because towards the end it's like you have to validate the full data set, that will become a more intensive job. So during that 2 or 3 days time, you earn maybe 1 to 2% yield per day per task. So it really depends on how busy is it for your validator. But for the trainer, it's different. Trainer is like you submit the best model you could. Then maybe you can just have one shot. You have a really good model. You don't want to it once, and then it's like after the whole period, if you come up on the top, you get more reward. So it depends on the position of the final leaderboard, like as in title. So it depends on how good your model is for trainers to get the highest reward. So it depends. So for me, I'm a lazy guy, so I just run a GPU server and write the model like this is 98% passive income for me. So all I need to do is like every day maybe I check whether it's working or not, whether the GPU server is working or not. That's it. That's all I need to do to earn the report from this platform. Does that answer your question?
I mean, not really, but it is informative. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Oh, I was just curious, are there people doing this as a full-time job?
I wouldn't say it's a full time. I would say it's a passive income. One of my passive income stream.
any numbers, because I'm not valuing myself like the because the judge also asked about the average income that you can get from validation.
It's a yield, so I say it's like on normal days, like the usual day is like 0.5% to 1% yield or stake, but then it's compounding the effect. So every 24 hours you can cash out the yield coin that token that you earn. We stick to your project that is compounding on top to the what you stick. Also every day is like 1.5 to 1% compounding. And then towards the end for 2 or 3 days, it's like 1% to 2% yield of those days. That's the number.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
I guess it's 50.